Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Digital Pandemonium podcast. I am Harrison, and I'm here with Gabe. And if you're watching the video version, you might be wondering, who are these weirdos? Well, these are my roommates. Introducing Ted, Teddy, and Eric.
I'm so
Hello,
happy
gentlemen.
to be here.
Yeah.
I am overjoyed to be here. It is an honor.
We are very
these two
happy
have
to
been
have
begging.
you.
Yeah, these two have been begging to be on an episode. And to be fair, these guys have some very interesting conversations. And we have interesting conversations. So yeah, I think we could carry this.
They get pretty deep.
Yeah. So anyway, Gabe, how have you been?
I've been all right. Not much going on. It's getting colder.
Yep, winter, my friend.
Yes, winter.
That's what happens when you live up on the East Coast. Well, I guess we can't really say that because Pennsylvania weather just can't make up its damn mind.
Yeah.
So Gabe, how long you been in this podcasting game?
Since the beginning.
And what would you say, the most interesting conversation you've had so far?
In the podcast.
Ever? I mean, it could be in the podcast or just
Ever.
real life. Because
That's a
this
good question.
podcast, we're gonna top that. The views,
Okay.
we're telling you, through the roof. So
I'll believe
I
it when
hope
it
your
happens.
thinking Cap.
Oh, I did. It's invisible.
I have a bunch of thinking caps. But I'm going to let my head be free for this one.
I should have put on the Joker makeup.
Yep, this man went as Joker for Halloween. That was funny.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we could talk about Halloween for a little bit.
Yeah, I
'cause
went in as the county sheriff.
I saw
I'm-
that you arrested somebody.
I
quote
did.
unquote.
What'd you bust
did.
them for?
Walking.
Oh man, I get caught for that all the time. dude.
He didn't give me his identification and he ran. So I'm like, well,
Have you ever read the book? I'm sure you've been to English class in high school, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Did you have to read the book The Pedestrian?
no.
It takes place in this dystopian future where this guy gets arrested for walking or something. Anyway, that reminded me of that.
Just gets arrested for walking.
No, the only things we read were Of Mice and Men, Hunger Games, and something about a kid being drafted into some army in a third world country.
You got to read Hunger Games?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, we didn't have that privilege.
I
No?
was trying to think. No, I mean we did read Mice of Men for my English class, but the other ones I can think about is Fahrenheit.
George! I killed her, George! Oh my god.
What was it? Fahrenheit? Was it?
Fahrenheit 451.
Yeah, that was one we had to read for mine. And Animal Farm.
Ew, Animal Farm. I forgot about that one.
That was something.
Did you
Yeah,
like
all the
movie
pigs.
Oh, the animated movie.
better? Have you seen it?
Yeah, I know we saw it. It was actually pretty.
Was it all right?
It was all right. It wasn't
Yeah,
like
all
you
the
know.
Book still,
all the
probably.
pigs.
Did it change anything?
Yeah, yeah.
I saw the Rick and Morty episode based off of it, if that counts.
I
What
mean,
was that?
Lawnmower Dog, where the dog gets put in the
Yeah.
robot suit.
Yeah.
Close enough.
that's kind of understandable. So, I mean, yeah, since you guys are here, might as well just introduce you, do a little brief introduction of yourselves, starting with you, Ted.
Yeah. I'm Ted. I'm just gonna be here. Hopefully, I'll be able to add something to the conversation.
And oh man, this guy has an introduction here. We'll do.
Eric, the man of the hour.
That's his title there.
My honorific, if you will.
Very nice.
Yeah, I'm trying to think where the heck are we gonna go from here. So yeah, just introductions.
Okay, I'll start.
All right.
What color is math?
Right.
Red.
Harrison, it's blue, right?
I mean, what's funny? Yeah,
No, it's not.
I mean, when you think about the subject, I tend to associate blue with math.
No, why?
Yeah. So I'm not crazy.
Both of you are crazy.
I associate red with language arts or something.
No,
I
that's
color
blue.
coded it
Yes,
by how
I
much
am.
I hated the subject.
Good.
It's blue.
There we go. That's something we
It
got.
is blue. Math is blue.
Language arts is
How about that Vincent Van
Okay.
Gogh painting behind you?
Starry Night.
I have one
Yeah.
hanging in my living room.
You have a very good sense of appreciation regarding art, my sir.
Absolutely.
uh,
Yes.
yeah. So yeah, that's. I mean, then what do you? I remember what would you associate history, the subject history? Which color would
You
you?
know, I go with either. There's three. It's either red, orange, or yellow. Any of those are acceptable. I
Yeah.
feel like those are interchangeable for English and history. So
I agree.
you know, if you
No, except for the red part, the orange and yellow part, I agree with.
I mean, I remember having my folder for history was yellow, so that's what I
that's
always.
fine. Yeah.
I associated
and-
orange with the
science,
social studies
that's
course.
green.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Obvious.
science is green. Science is green.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is.
Obvious.
We
And that
can all agree on that.
yeah, no one can contest to that.
Orange, I associated with the history course.
Yeah.
That's good. Yeah, I'm just trying to think how else. I mean, how else can we get? I mean, how you guys been liking the college experience? I know I kind of detailed mine last
Hate
episode.
it. It's horrible. I want to get out of here now. Pronto.
You know, what's the thing you said? You said we keep thug it out, keep thugging,
Thug it out, yes.
thug it out. That's what's gonna happen. It's what needs to be done. So yeah, but I'll see you on the other side regardless.
Yeah.
You know, you know.
If you know, you know. I mean, there has been some crazy shit that's happened on campus already. I mean, I kind of detailed a little bit. This guy has witnessed a lot more than I have.
Yes. I mean,
We want to go into details about that? Let's do it.
what do you want me to talk about? Any specifics come to
But
mind?
just like, mostly like, what have you witnessed? I mean,
How about let's go rewind the clocks to Monday night?
oh, you're talking about the freaking,
The fight and us getting chased by a guy with an Orby gun.
oh, that, okay.
Okay. Alright. Rewind the clocks to Monday. That would be November 6th?
I believe so, yeah.
November 6th. So, me and one of my cohorts by the name Mr. Green were, we decided we'd drag our chairs into the elevator and read books in the elevator. We did that for a solid 45 minutes. You know, we got some funny looks. Some people thought it was cool and videotaped us. Apparently somebody complained, and then the RAs came and kicked us out of the elevator. We didn't like that, so we dragged our chairs down 5 floors to go file a counter complaint to the front desk. No one was at the front desk, so we decided to drag our chairs back up the stairs. That rhymed. Call me Dr. Seuss now. But we were trying to find the RAs again to file a counter complaint. We couldn't find them, so we dropped our chairs back off. We walked to the 10th floor. We started walking back down. We got to the 5th floor, and there was like screaming, like bloody fucking murder. And we're coming down the one hall, and we get to the bend, and we turn that bend. 2 girls like are just going at it, like one slamming the other into the door. Like one's getting her ass beat, the other one's doing the ass beating, and there's a whole crowd of people screaming.
Just a bunch of tribesmen just.
Yeah. And the one girl runs down the stairs, and the other one runs away and then runs down another staircase. Now, the RAs are at the fight because they're trying to break it up, and now they're trying to call security or something. So me and Mr. Green start chasing down the RAs because we want to file our counter complaint. We follow them into a room, and we begin filing our counter complaint, but then they tell us to piss off because the fight is obviously more important than our dilemma. We try to leave by going down the stairs when a group of scared girls run up the stairs past us. This hulking man kicks open the stairwell door with a fucking Orby gun in his hand. Me and Green book it back up the stairs and through the battle zone back down to the 3rd floor. We hear running from the 4th floor, and then we just see a stampede of people run into the blue room, down the hall, and towards us.
Basically, it was a crazy ass night.
It was a crazy ass night.
It was a crazy ass night.
And the funny thing, I was so freaking oblivious to that. Like, I was just in here just, like, working on, like, schoolwork, and then you just come back and you tell me that, so I'm like, that's what I missed?
You know, I didn't know Orby guns even existed as of yesterday.
I didn't either. I didn't know that was.
You know?
I knew what an Orby is, and I know what a gun is.
I'm very curious now. Very curious. So hopefully one day I'll come across an Orby gun.
Gabe, have you come across something like that, like the Norby gun? I know you have the
Nope.
quite. I know you have the
I
quite
do have Well, we have this one, and then
the Luger.
then we have this one. Yeah.
I'm guessing those are BB or real?
Or not. Neither.
Neither.
This one, it's pellet, I think.
Pellet.
Yeah. This one's just for show because it does the shell ejection stuff.
Just the freaking like casings like flying out. Yeah, that was what I'm trying to think. What other crazy stuff? I mean, do we want to go into this detail? I think we all can share into this. We got raided by the cops.
Harrison, what you smoking?
Okay, do you want me to...
I mean, yeah, I think
Alright.
as long as we don't go into like too much
No, we can
detail.
go into
Here we go.
detail.
Hold on. I'll keep it brief.
Okay.
In the same room that we are currently recording this on, an incident happened 3 floors down outside on the sidewalk that we currently are looking down on. That incident was the disposal of roughly, 30 to 40 beer cans from the floor above us out their window directly down to where we look. Now you have a big pile of beer cans on the sidewalk. Clearly someone's going to notice it, which the security guard did, who stumbled upon this new pile and also stumbled upon the gaze of me and my roommates looking down on the crime scene. Made eye contact for about 2 seconds. He does a radio motion. I'm like, okay. Bleep. We're bleeped. I don't know. Do you guys curse on here?
As long as it's not like
I just swore a bunch of times.
I'll just say bleeped. We were bleeped. 10 minutes later, the cops pull up. We make eye contact again out the window. This time, I'm pretty much know that they're going to be up there in 10, 15 minutes. Lo and behold, I called it. They were there in 10, 15 minutes. They came in very aggressive, asking for our IDs. Clearly, we didn't do it, so they went on with their business. No suspects were found, I don't think, still.
nothing. No,
And that was it. Everyone's okay, though. No
Yeah.
one went to prison, I promise you. We're all safe.
nobody went.
We're all safe.
But pretty much, yeah, it was just raining beer cans all of a sudden. That's what just pretty much. And I think one.
I saw a sock fall. I saw beer can after beer can after beer can. Yeah, and again, there was a couple socks that fell while the beer cans were falling. Gosh, I don't know why they added the socks in there, but they did.
It's
that's
like
pretty
the-
much it.
It's like the hailstone of like rain, of all the rain.
That's precisely what it is.
Yeah, and you actually had a bit of a follow up, I believe. Like what?
Oh yes, the next day. The RA, I happened to bump into her in the dining hall, her and her friend, and me and her have a pretty good relationship, so I sat down with them and we talked about what happened for a minute, and so what happened was after we made eye contact with them, the cops burst in, downstairs in the lobby, and they're like, "Oh, the second window up, that's where it's coming from." And the RA tried to tell them no, because we don't have a second floor here. That would be the 4th floor, but the cops were insistent it was the 3rd floor, which is us. And she tried to tell them otherwise, but they wouldn't listen to her because I don't know. And then they raided our room. But for shits and giggles, they decided to go up to the 4th floor. They knocked on the door, and they heard people inside, but nobody answered the door. So they didn't get raided. I guess they're like vampires. The only way they'll hurt you is if you invite them into your home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What really sucks is now that with that
Doesn't
information,
the RA have master keys?
Well, yes, they do, but I don't think they can. I think that's against the rules. If they just go walk in.
Rules do not exist.
Clearly.
You have the will to do whatever you want.
yeah, but that was like I feel like they would have because it's cops. I mean, sure, it's out of all like the crime that's happened.
Don't they need a warrant?
Probably that's probably.
Yes, they needed a warrant, and they also we weren't obliged to give them IDs either.
Yeah, we didn't have to do any of that.
It was
shit.
all BS.
Oh.
So Gabe.
Yeah.
Before we get deep, I want to know a little bit about you, if that's okay.
Okay.
All right. So you seem like a chill dude. Like, do you have anything that you do for fun that you are passionate about? I can tell you I'm passionate about music. I don't know if you are. I love nature.
Okay.
Do we share any like interests? Is there anything that stands
One of the
out?
two. Nature, yes. Absolutely.
Great.
I do have an
Gotta
extraordinary
love it.
appreciation for it. Used to
Awesome.
go hiking all the time.
What mountains? Do you have any specific mountains that you've enjoyed hiking?
Well, I really wanted to go hike the Appalachian, but that never really happened. But
Yeah. How high up above sea level are they again?
I'm not sure.
Gotta be over 5,000 feet, right?
I would say so.
At least, because I know Breckenridge, it's like 13,000 at the top. That's in Colorado.
It is 2,000 meters, 6,600 feet. Yeah.
6,600s.
Hmm.
It's about what I expect. That's cool. Wait, you ski? You
No.
strike me as someone who would ski. No.
I do not know.
All right. All right.
I used to do quite a bit of computer gaming, but I've kind of given
That's
that
cool
up.
too, man. That's cool too.
I kind of stuck around with the gaming part. Well, then again, I
What games did you play?
Battlefield 4.
Did you play Rainbow?
No. It was one of the only few that I haven't played were Siege, Call of Duty, and another one I'm forgetting. But many first-person shooter games, though.
you were also big in Minecraft. I remember that when we were talking about that.
Yeah, I've been playing that since 2010.
Really?
Yeah.
What isn't that like literally? When did it come out?
2009.
2009. Okay. What would you? Oh, man, you got to see the evolution of Minecraft firsthand. Then
Mm-hmm.
that's something that many cannot say they've witnessed. So
Yeah, I remember when they introduced hoppers.
really,
Yeah,
I remember when Iron
1.5.2.
Golems weren't a thing.
that was a long time.
yeah,
too.
version
Yeah.
1.5.2 is when they introduced hoppers.
What was the best version? No dispute, hands down.
Best version for modded Minecraft would be 1.7.10, but best version overall without, I think, is 1.6.4.
Which one was the 1.64 again?
That was right before they got rid of the colored sheep, where they had
Got
like
rid of the
pink,
colored
yellow, random sheep. Yeah, I don't know.
They got rid of the colored sheep.
I think no, not the one where you like label it with like a.
They can't get away with this.
I meant like they had like random pink sheep that like spawn in the wilderness.
Yeah.
All
they
that.
stopped.
I believe they stopped it last I checked.
I thought I did encounter one. Well, but then again, that was 2 years ago, I believe, or some. I don't know.
Yeah, that was when Minecraft was at its peak of not being overly featured as it is now.
Well, I kind of like I think the problem is just that it's taking so freaking long to put in features, and the fact is they're putting so small features in, like for such a big weight.
Mojang's just lazy.
Do you think that laziness started ever since the transition of ownership?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. With
Oh yeah,
Microsoft.
it did. Microsoft. Yeah.
I think it's the corporate, and then they started like I think it's also because they branched out because you do have Minecraft, but they also have Minecraft Realms, Minecraft.
Yeah, they had the movie or like the I know what you're saying, and
Yeah.
they weren't devoting as much time to the original game.
Yeah.
No.
So that'll definitely hinder.
Yeah, I almost barely recognize Minecraft anymore.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
I remember. I'm not sure if we talked about this. I'm not sure if any. Did you guys hear about like when the mob vote was happening? People were like boycotting it.
No, I haven't heard about that.
Basically, I think I know a little bit about this because it was all over TikTok. I remember this. Basically, they had the mob vote for these three creatures. It was the armadillo, the penguin, and I believe what was the other one? It was the one that won, I believe.
The warden.
No.
Was it the squid?
No, it wasn't the squid. This was recent. This was just this year's. I remember the penguin, the armadillo was one of them. I'll have to remember. I completely forgot, but yeah, people were like boycotting it because they're like saying they wanted all those mobs in.
So did they end up getting any of them?
The armadillo won.
Okay.
I was gonna say it'd be funny if they said, "Nope, never mind, you don't get any." Yeah.
Knowing them, they probably would. Trying to think how else. What other recent things can we talk about here besides something that
How deep do you want to go right now?
we can go?
Okay.
We try to usually hit the hour mark. I mean,
Well,
either or.
then we're on the clock and we got to get going. So I'll say this. Generally speaking, what do you think happens after death? I know it's pretty simple, but it's also sophisticated depending on how you look at it.
Wow, we're going that's going down. I mean,
We're just talking here, remember?
yeah, we're just talking here. Nothing. Well, Gabe and I are, we're Christians pretty much, yeah. So we believe in that. Like,
My scientific opinion, nothing. My religious opinion, there's probably something there.
Could you elaborate on the scientific aspect of your opinion?
Just there's some inconsistencies in the Bible and scientifically
even
that
that
don't make sense. So I'm just
I mean, I
thinking,
can agree with that. Like, there's definitely stuff.
just nothing happens. Just you cease to exist. There's no end game.
Doesn't the Bible talk about like that there is an end game?
Yes,
And you believe contrary to that? Your beliefs are...
and that's a subject that I don't get into because I just can't make a sound decision on that without anyone being contradictory.
Sorry, I might be stepping on toes.
Yeah.
All right. Well, you pick something to talk about. Let's see what we got.
I used to be Christian.
Oh, really?
Right now, well, yeah, I was raised a Christian.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
But as I got older, I mean, I'm a self-idealist. I believe in what's good for me. I think there could be a God out there, but I really don't think he likes me if there is one. Or if I really just don't know. I'm out here for myself.
Either that, he's just throwing obstacles at you.
I'm on no one's side except my own.
Well, in here, you kind of have to be on. You kind of have to think for yourself. In Gotham City.
Kill or be killed.
Oh yeah, like literally, what was it? Like the Wednesday, there was a shooting that happened right outside our building.
Oh yeah,
Another
a
one.
friend of ours witnessed it.
Yeah. What did he say? Like everybody, like outside of our building, the skate park that's right across.
So he was at the Panda Express, or about to go into it, and across the street by the AMC, he said he saw a man shoot a child repeatedly, and everyone, when the gunshot sounded, everyone just fucking booked it. Even the people in the skate park just ran, and they ran down the path. You know where Rick Hall is?
Yeah. That hall, yeah.
Yeah. Ran there. He just stood and watched. He didn't run. I mean, like, he didn't go too in detail, but that's what I gathered.
Yeah, a lot of stuff has happened here. I mean, we have solicitors left and right.
Oh, I fucking hate the solicitors.
Yeah, we get them every time.
I used to be polite to them. That lasted for about 3 weeks. And now I'm just, like, overtly aggressive with them. Like, yeah.
I just ignore them. Pretty much. I mean, have you dealt with solicitors?
Yeah, of course. It's just a thing that happens. So.
Yeah, I can understand that. Well, I guess while we're also here, I mean, Gabe and I talked about our majors because we're both in college. What about you? You can guys get into your majors. Talk a little bit about that.
Okay, guess I'll start. I am now a psychology major, so I will be doing that for foreseeable future.
That makes sense about the in-depth conversations you like having. So, yeah.
I am a humble mechanical engineer.
Yeah. Wait, Gabe, what were you? Electronic? Like, what was
Mechanical.
Oh, really?
Two of a kind.
Yeah, I'm particularly with drafting, though.
Drafting. I'm taking a drafting and design class this semester. We have to do a lot of work in SolidWorks.
Oh, that's what we're working with right now.
Yeah, next week, as a matter of fact, I got to take the CSWA.
Ooh.
Yeah, have you taken that yet, or are you prepping for it?
No, we don't. Our program, since ours is a 2-year program, we don't take that one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I'm only going for my associates for this one to see how many doors open me up for that before I blow another fortune in college again.
Yeah. Now, I could get a job in the field now because I spent 4 years at the local trade school for electromechanical engineering. However, if I, immediately went into the workforce, I'd probably end up in the mailroom for a couple years because I don't have a degree before I could work my way up to legitimately doing mechanical engineering. But with a degree, I could just get right into it when I'm done college.
Yeah. Have you worked with Autodesk Inventor?
Nope.
No? Okay.
No.
Yeah.
Should
We're being taught AutoCAD, Autodesk Inventor, SolidWorks, Creo, and another one I can't think of. But yeah, we learn about 4 different softwares.
A friend of mine was telling me back in my senior year of high school, back when I was, at the trade school, he was in a drafting like thing on the side, and he was telling me about AutoCAD. I was only like half listening, but I remember him telling me about it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, where we work with we make detailed drawings and prints and 3D model and all that. It's neat.
Yeah, that's what I have to do in my job.
And apply geometric tolerances.
We have not gotten there yet.
Yeah, it's a pain in the ass.
I'm looking forward to it.
Well, I remember I sent you the meme. Remember and I'm not sure, Gabe, if you can to test this. Engineering drains your soul, pretty much.
Yes, we are some of the most negative people on the planet. Some of us.
Have you seen that interview with Christopher Lee? The guy that played Count Dooku, where he talks where he talks about the occult in black magic, and he has that line where he says, Not only do you lose your mind, but you lose your soul." I don't believe in black magic and the occult, but I do believe in fucking engineering, and you will lose your mind, and you will lose your soul.
I have already done that.
This is my 5th year now.
Why don't you believe in the occult?
Oh, I think I have an example print with me.
Man has the bag of goodies.
Oh, there's one. There's a beautiful one right there. This is that's a tractor piston for an engine. You have a bunch of different details. I can't see the screen. Hold on.
Yeah, we can see it. We can see it just fine.
There we go. There we go. Yeah, there's a beautiful 5-inch diameter tractor piston for an engine. So, yeah. Those are one of the many prints that we do. And there are finals coming up soon.
Oh, yeah. That's something. What were we going on about? The occult or something?
I mentioned in passing about Christopher Lee because he had to play Dracula.
Oh, yeah. I remember he played Dracula in the movie.
Deeply studied the occult to play Dracula. But I mean, I've watched that interview because I love Christopher Lee.
He's a great actor.
He inspired James Bond.
Really?
Did he?
Yeah. I forget the full story, but I think it's his brother-in-law or some shit took a liking to him, and I don't know. You'd have to look it up, but I mean, I heard that he inspired James Bond.
I mean, the guy was literally tasked to hunt down Nazis.
Yeah. On that note, I'm gonna get some more water. I'll be right back.
All right.
James Bond, funny enough, uses numerology.
Oh, what's this? Oh, that's an arrest warrant. Never mind.
I'm just trying to think. Well, what got you interested mostly in psychology? Was it just been an interest throughout this time?
I'll say this. If you take a sponge and you just bask it in a bucket of water, it's going to absorb that sponge. And the more you do that, the more you can retain what you sponge up. And if you do that for long enough, you'll be a pretty hefty sponge. All right. So, to answer your question, I guess just human interaction itself got me interested in the beauty of conversation, which is why I love podcasts. And by the way, I'm so thankful to be here. Yeah. That's my story.
Yeah. Interesting. I mean, this is probably the more brain dead of the podcasts out there. But oh well.
No,
It's
I'm having. I think we're doing good.
We
Yeah.
are doing
You know?
very good. I'm enjoying this man right here.
Dude. I'm enjoying you too, friend. I've been longing to talk to you, and we're finally here. I think there's a lot I can learn from you. You seem like a very smart individual.
And you as well. Yeah. Thank you.
Mhm.
Well, I appreciate that. So moving on. I mean, how are we feeling? You know, I'm not the biggest fan of winter because things start to.
Well, are we gonna go into what was it? Daylight savings or whatever?
Didn't they say there was going to be a law that terminated it?
Yeah, and then it just never happened.
Did it? Yeah. Why?
Yeah.
Do we know why it didn't happen?
They couldn't
pretty
agree on
sure-
something, I believe.
I'm pretty sure because mostly daylight savings usually because of farmers use it because that's how they use that's how they tell time with the crops and all that. I mean that's what I heard. I'm not sure.
Why do we have to play by their rules? Why don't they just do it themselves? Like,
I don't know. They made that decision like 100 fucking years ago. I don't know now. Things
it's
change.
time to change it.
So I think daylight savings is, correct me if I'm wrong, set up specifically for the Gregorian calendar itself. I also don't think there's 24 hours in a day. I think it's like 23.9. So it's originally fabricated. It's human made, the calendar, except since that's what's being like mainstream manifested into people's heads, subliminally people are gonna go by what's structured around us. To answer your point about why we have to follow, it's you're programmed that way. So there's a lot of things that go on which need to be tackled from a new point of view because it's supposed to throw you off. Everything's supposed to throw you off. You're probably like, he's being so vague right now. I don't know what he's saying. That's because I'm talking about everything, right? So
That's like Plato's description of where Atlantis is.
see, I mean, a lot of people think this way. It's not uncommon to wanna, because everyone, I feel like, I think everyone here can say that they have a passion to just learn, right?
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
Whether it may be different things, but
Yeah.
everyone still
It's
wants
human
to-
thing. We want to it's like we want to chase knowledge, so to speak.
Yeah,
We have that urge.
we do.
One of my old friends, back on the Plato Atlantis topic, the vague description. My one friend, the one who moved, he ended up moving to Hawaii, but I was taking my electromechanical engineering final at the trade school, or before I did. He basically gave me the Emerald's tablet of engineering. You know what the Emerald tablet is?
I don't believe I'm familiar with it.
It's like this emerald tablet that has like a riddle, and that riddle is like the solution to alchemy or some shit. But anyway, he tells me that $1 a bucket is worth 50 cents to a Chinaman. And he said that will help me crack anything on my engineering exam. I don't know. I don't understand.
Foreshadowing, I guess.
For me, the holy Bible of engineering is the machine tolerancing book.
Just for that.
It's like 3,000 pages full of tolerances, gears, and all that.
Yeah, wait. Yeah, we have to play with that.
Yeah, we play with it quite a bit over here. Yeah. Every day.
My favorite.
Threads, gearing, you name it. Acme screws.
Yes, the Acme screws. Yeah. Oh man, we. Yeah.
You want to say something? I thought you were.
No, I mean, yeah, I wanna learn, so
Yeah,
I'm just trying to absorb.
I mean, we kind of derived out the winter thing, but
Yeah, that's okay.
I
though.
hate winter.
That's just common talk.
I hate winter.
I actually like it.
No,
There's
I
benefits
hate
to
it.
it. You get
Yes.
to wear more clothes.
Reason
Mhm.
being that, and because everything's dead and hibernating. Just for a little bit, because sometimes I have enough of bees and all that and whatever insects flying in my face every now and then, but every once in a while I do like enjoying like a quiet landscape that I can look at.
you can get to beautiful landscaping with winter if snow and stuff
Although I don't like being out in it too long, otherwise I get too cold, but
Yeah.
it's enjoyable to
I don't know,
look
they're
at.
both extremist things. I mean,
Especially a lake being frozen over. It's cool to see.
I mean, I'm now trying to think. How anyone else have anything to bring to the table for a little?
I mean, we can continue to talk about engineering.
Well, okay, sure. If you guys have more to say, let's do it.
Okay. You've been in college engineering for, I take it, 2 years now?
Yes, this is my second year.
Okay. So, like, you've been solely focused on your major.
Yes.
Like, so mechanical drafting for 2 years? I've done it for a semester, and it's really fucking taxing.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, I mean, we didn't have to do
It's
that.
taxing on your mind and your eyeballs because we're staring at 3 monitors every day.
Yes, I have to have we get the big computers in the engineering room, and then we have the little laptops.
Mhm.
We set up. I showed you the class.
Oh yeah, you did.
Yeah. We have the big classroom computers that you have to pull up from the desk. It's like almost like a TV with how big it is. And then we have our laptop set up with another thing open.
We have 3 giant monitors on a stand. 3 Dell monitors, yeah. Yeah, my eyesight's going bad now because of it. But
I already got to wear contacts. I mean, I don't any more damage, I'll be blind.
Yeah.
Yep.
I guess it's kind of weird. Like, I guess to go in a deeper, like the blue light thing, like with all all the time that we're spending more on computers, and like all that, because I have not gotten a single paper thing for college work thing. Nothing. At
Oh,
least
we
for me.
blow paper every day, man. We're wasting it left, right, and center. Printing out detailed drawings. Oh my gosh. Those trees are dying.
You have to print them out?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we don't have to. We just send the PDF.
Yeah, we just had a couple, like 20,000 more sheets of paper delivered. So, because we ran out the other day, we had to order more.
Deforestation.
Yeah, at its finest. Dude comes in with a pallet jack full of them. I'm like, woo, more paper, man. Yeah.
Yeah. Shit. I mean, this is a change because back when I was in electromechanical engineering for 4 years, it was like we would have to type reports about what we did and like take like quizzes about the theory and do math, but that was like the extent of like the like hands-off stuff we had to do. Everything else we had to do was just hands-on, like pneumatics, robotics, hydraulics, AC/DC electrical currents, motor control, I know I'm leaving. Oh, PLCs. Yeah, programmable logic controllers. Shit like that. Like, yeah, that was very hands-on. And I mean, like, that, I have to say that probably shaved off 10 years of my life going forward. The amount of stress and just everything I saw while there. I mean, my first instructor for that class showed the class a live leak on the projector.
I remember that you told me this.
This was my freshman year, my first year there. This guy, complete psychopath. He turns out the lights and turns on the projector and shows us a video of a guy getting fried on a transformer. You can see the live leak logo in the corner. He says, "Class, I gotta show you all a video." He turns out the lights. I see the fucking live leak logo, and I'm like, "Oh shit!"
Oh no!
We see a repair guy go up to the transformer, do something wrong, and it explodes and just incinerates the guy. And I remember the girls in the class just kind of like gasped in horror at what they had just witnessed. And I mean, I was taken aback too, because like, what the fuck? The teacher.
Who the fuck shows that?
I would be the guy laughing in the back, like. But,
yeah. That guy. Yeah.
Yeah, high voltage and high current. That's no laughing matter.
Yeah. He had this thing in the class called the Bulletin Board of Death. Whenever someone in the state of Pennsylvania died in an electrical accident, he would save the newspaper clippings, read it to the class, and then pin it to the bulletin board.
Is there quite a bit up there?
Yeah. He ended up leaving because COVID struck that year, and he originally wanted to retire, but then another school, like trade school, offered him an even better pay to work there. He took the board of death with him. But he started the course at the trade school. He had been running it for 20 years, since the 90s.
Wow.
He ran that course. He also made a lot of the things at the Franklin Institute. So, he was a genius, but, he was fucking crazy.
My former professor of mine had something like that. It was the wall of shame for students that did something stupid. They'd have to fill out a form of what they did, and then they'd have to pin it up on the board in front of the classroom.
Wow.
Yeah.
That guy, my old instructor, he caught me with my shoe untied once, and he lectured me about it. He sat me down and had me untie it and retie it for 30 minutes straight.
Fuck?
Yeah.
Wow. Anyway, to make sure Ted doesn't feel a little out. You said music. What got you into music? I don't think
Dude, no, I'm just here. Okay, well, we already switched it, so
yeah.
Why not?
I don't think I ever talked to
everyone
you.
has those passions. I guess mine's music. I try to produce my own stuff. One day, hopefully, we make it. I'm just gonna put it out in the universe, and we'll see. Maybe one day it'll come back. There you go. I'm saying this now. What's the date? November 10th, 2023.
Yep.
And it is currently
8:16.
I have a watch on. There you go. Yeah.
Was did you just get into it? Did you watch something or
I think what it was is ever since I was a kid, I've just listened to music. Eventually, that transformed into wanting to make my own, and the snowball just kind of kept tumbling from there, and it's around this size right now. Yeah.
Is it something that you're thinking that you want to pursue any further, or is it
Right now, I'd say it's more of a passion, but
like a hobby more, say? Or?
Yeah, that's not to say I don't have the intention of doing something with said hobby. Once I get my skill set to a level where I can sell myself, great. So we're in the building stage.
All right, that's good.
Yeah. I actually wanted to circle back. This is somewhat related to engineering, your topic. Not really. I had a discussion with Eric last night regarding the quantum. Are you familiar with that, my sir?
No, I don't believe so.
Great. And we were just talking about things like superposition that are somewhat scientifical, somewhat and there's this thing called the observer paradox, and this question, got us thinking. Why is it that when you look at a particle that's in superposition, it takes a form? Is that the correct way of explaining it?
So I think I can get into it a little bit more in detail. So the basics of quantum mechanics. There's particles, mumbo jumbo. They're in a superposition, meaning if you look at it, it takes a position, right? The double slit experiment, where if you observe it, it acts as a particle, but if you don't look at it, it acts as a wave. Now, the one thing that has always confused me is how do you know you're looking at it? How does it know it's being observed?
Yes.
I don't understand. Is there something I'm not grasping here? Because, how come if someone observes it, it changes its behavior? What does that matter? Why does it care if I'm looking at it? How does it know I'm looking at it? Why does that affect it? I don't get it.
Interesting. You have anything
No, just thought I'd put that out there.
It's actually kind of thought provoking, really.
Yeah.
Really thought provoking.
What would your gut answer be? It doesn't even have to be scientific.
Yeah, I feel like it's senses. It's somehow senses, wavelengths or something, something like that.
Yeah, definitely something regarding that.
That's what I would think. What about you, Gabe?
Gentlemen, I'm an engineer, not a scientist, but I'm not really sure. I don't go that in depth very much, but it's definitely something to think about.
All right, tell us a science fun fact.
A science fun fact.
Gabe, you have a bunch of random fun facts in that head of yours. You told
I
us a
do,
bunch
but not
of
on the fly. Oh no, actually, sometimes on the fly.
Any fun facts?
You got one you're just itching to tell us.
One does come to my mind, but it's more of a nature science fact.
Go ahead.
Even better.
Oh, I got two. Maple leaves have red stems.
Now that took me by surprise.
I
Do
didn't
they?
know that.
I mean, clearly
They do.
They must do.
I was about to say because mostly plants have greens, like because the chloroplast or whatever, whatever. I actually did not know that.
Yes. If you look real closely at them when they're not dead, then you'll see it.
Interesting.
Interesting.
And
You say
another one,
that-
I'm sure everyone knows this one, but the male seahorses are the ones that have the babies.
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, I remember.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, they're the one. They're like penguins. Well, emperor penguins per se. That they take care of the children. But I feel like male seahorses are the ones that
Actually,
I know
birth
they
it.
birth it. Yeah, quote
Wow.
unquote.
Look at that. That's so funny how nature works.
Nature is.
It's a funny world we live in.
It's really. I know there was like stuff about nature that. If we want to go down this route, the nature route, because I'm
Let's do it. What do
I'm
you
trying-
have
like-
to start us off, Harrison?
I'm trying to think of like what was the most like weirdest nature fact that I can remember. Oh yeah, I remember I heard about this. Whales, like specifically baleen whales, like humpbacks, blue whales, like those with the baleen-esque teeth.
Yes.
Their skin actually like and muscles like their skeleton of their muscle like of their stomach expands, like their bones expand when they're feeding mostly.
Okay.
So their bones are as
They're flexible.
materialized.
Yeah.
Let's see. Now that provides an advantage. So hence, that's probably helped them in terms of natural selection. I'd imagine that flexible bone probably be handy in a lot of situations.
Are
And
you
another
saying? Are you saying that their stomach gets bigger when they eat food?
More or less, but also another thing to really think about also because this one always I know I mentioned it in the podcast but only in passing. Crocodiles, crocodilians really didn't have to evolve. They have stayed the same for all these years because they didn't really have to evolve. How they catch prey is so effective. They just sneaking, acting like a log, and then surprise,
Aren't
ambush.
crocodiles technically immortal?
Well, I know they've been around since the dinosaurs, and they've.
No, I mean like they don't like die of like their body shutting down. They die because they get too big to like eat anymore.
I feel like
That's probably how they just die like that before.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I wouldn't say they're immortal. I don't
Because-
think anything's
Yeah, but
immortal.
I mean like
they're not immortal. Like they have they live forever.
Yeah.
You know what are immortal? Geese. You don't see dead geese anywhere.
no, wrong.
Really?
In my sophomore year of high school,
Oh my-
I strangled a goose to death with my bare hand.
Natural causes, not getting
Okay.
like you never see you what?
Strangled a goose to death with my bare hands, yes.
Oh my gosh.
So I was at the mall with my friends, and they all went to my friend's house that lived down the way. So we were there. So we walked away from the mall, and we walked to my friend's house. We were all there, but then we all decided to go home. Some of them got their parents to pick them up. Now I decided to walk back to the mall. I'm walking through the field. This goose is hissing at me, right? I don't give a fuck. Get out of my way. So I keep walking, and it charges me
Oh no.
it with my hand and hold it by the throat, and until it just goes limp.
Hey, you could have
That
made
poor
dinner
animal.
out of that thing. You could have had goose dinner.
Yeah.
I'm also trying to think what other nature things we can talk about.
Oh, going back to the evolving thing, evolution. I still think that we have quite a ways to go before we actually fully evolve, like the
Ooh, now that's an
crocodiles
interesting
do.
way we can go.
Primarily
down.
because
I assume you're
wisdom
talking down
teeth.
the intellectual route, right?
Pardon?
I assume you're not talking physical development, but more so intellectually.
A little bit of both. There are some physical things like the purpose of wisdom teeth. A couple things that still haven't phased out.
Well, we lack development in being protected from the sun. Like, how long have we been around and people still get skin cancer and people still get sunburned? Like, don't you think our skin should have found a tolerance for that?
Yeah, but it's not anymore because now we have sunscreen.
Well, but sunscreen has the negative effects as well.
It
Just
does, yeah.
different negative effects. It's a yin and yang situation. Apples or oranges. So
Yeah.
So you think humans, when they evolve, they get smaller bodies, bigger heads?
that would make sense. If you don't look at aliens. How do we stereotypically depict them with huge heads and skinny bodies?
I really think that humans would get like taller as
Yeah, skinnier and taller, lankier.
Yeah.
Small,
Okay. I thought you meant like shorter when you
No,
said smaller.
no.
Okay.
Skinny and tall, but big heads.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. We're on the same page. That's how I pictured them.
Give that like a couple 100,000 years, and maybe we'll get there.
Because mankind has, it gets taller as it goes on.
Assuming we don't blow each other up by then.
Yeah.
That is if we don't kill ourselves through war and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh boy. But going back on the nature route, I knew there was some. Why is it also? This is another thought. Why is it only that the lizard's tail? Like for some lizards, when they they cut off, they can regenerate. Why do you think it's specifically the tail?
So they can get away from predators?
I mean, that's usually it, yeah.
If it grabs them by the tail and they can just let go of the tail, then they're free.
If it was their head, they probably would die.
Yeah.
So it's either your tail or there's not much else.
It's just interesting how like nature, like how certain animals develop these certain
Like
traits.
chameleons.
Chameleons, yeah, with their like the changing their skin to blend in.
That's fascinating.
And also, like, have you heard of the sea dragon? It's like the seahorse, but it looks like a piece of kelp.
Yes, I believe I know what you're talking
Yeah,
about.
like how certain animals and the stick bug.
They just perfectly blend in with their environment.
Mm-hmm. Also,
octopuses do that too.
Yeah, and they can actually they can go into like places that are a lot
Under
small.
like doors.
Yeah, like it can be like a very small thing. They can just fit through that.
Yep.
Another scientific fact: the female octopuses sacrifice themselves after they have kids, so the kids eat her.
Very heroic.
Yeah, that's another thing I also heard because being a male octopus is pretty bad because after you mate, you pretty much die. You die to a senescence. Well, they die to senescence after they give
What is senescence?
like their body shuts down pretty much. Like after they give their seed, their body shuts down. And
it's not like the same thing when Bumblebee sting you once and
Bumblebee singing yo. Yeah. He's a smart dude. Yeah, that's wild. Why do you think that is?
I don't know. Well, the
I
female
don't know.
sometimes eats the male body.
Praying mantis during mating season, the female cuts the male's heads off after the deed is done.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. That's why I don't be messing around with them these days. Cutting your head off.
Yeah,
Same thing with the trapdoor spider.
Babe, I needed that.
Babe, I needed that. But also, praying mantis can actually change their color too.
They are so cool.
They're actually one of my favorite insects, just because of like.
Isn't there like a pink variation of fucking
praying mantis? Yeah, there's multiple species, and you know what's actually funny? There's something called the kung fu mantis because how it defends itself is make itself bigger by doing this.
Is that the guy from
Top of the food chain.
Kung Fu Panda?
Yeah,
No,
Jack
no.
Black.
I think they based it a little bit off. I mean, that's probably why they developed the martial art, like the mantis martial art style.
Yeah.
It's interesting. Well, speaking of martial arts, this guy's taking taekwondo.
Ooh,
Yeah.
very nice, sir.
Thank you, sir. It's fun, to say the least.
Yeah, I mean, didn't you have a tournament?
I did.
How did
I had
that go?
a tournament upstate. We lost, unfortunately, but regardless, it was still fun. If you're a true martial artist at heart, you won't have a problem with winning or losing. Just fighting will get you excited regardless. Also, there was some pretty good talent there. Some people from the national team, and they were kicking ass, and I was just chilling there watching them. Awesome.
Nice.
Bravo.
Nice, awesome. Yeah. We have a bit like 5 minutes. I mean, we sometimes go over. Sometimes we even go to our 30s. I mean, depending on
It's
like how.
dangerous territory.
Yeah, it's dangerous depending on how deep the conversation goes.
Well, I think we've done a good job at kind of moderating ourselves, not going too deep, but still testing the waters nonetheless.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
How to wrap it up? Tell us one of your stories. of your experience,
If
because
you
this man
insist.
has a lot of stories. But
You got any particular ones I gotta tell? You want me to tell?
Tell
whichever,
one never heard ever.
yeah, tell us.
Something stupid.
Okay, something stupid. I mean, I got a good one in my head, but you two have heard it. Uh, the edible.
Oh, I mean, I don't think you went into details with, at least maybe with Ted. I mean, did you go into full details
Did
with Ted?
I ever tell you about the edible story?
I know you said it in passing pretty much,
If
but
you never heard it, boy. Okay, so flashback to my junior year of high school. This is why I stopped smoking weed, by the way. Um, Junior year of high school, so earlier that day, the day this happened, I got an edible off of a biker, right? Now it wasn't like most of the time edibles will come in like nice packaging, like it'll look like an official product, even though it's an edible. No, this was just a plastic Ziploc bag this guy gave me with a big fucking gummy in it, and he's like, "Only eat half of it. Don't eat it alone." And I only listened to half of what he told me. I went to my friend's house that night here in Philly, and only I didn't eat half of it. I ate the entire thing. So nothing happened for an hour, and I remember me and Alec were sitting at the table. We were eating ramen for dinner because his parents, they were out of town, and I was going to stay there the night. And we were eating dinner, and I remember saying, "This edible ain't shit. This edible ain't shit." And we got done eating. He went up to take a leak, and then all of a sudden, it just started setting in, and everything around me became like fucking hilarious. And I was laughing so hard, I laughed myself to the ground, and I was lying on the ground laughing when Alec came out of the bathroom, and he saw me laughing. He started laughing too. He thought it was funny, and I was lying there, and I was laughing for a while. And then I got winded. I got really winded, and I was lying there, and I closed my eyes and tried to catch my breath for a minute. And then, like, my heart started going really fucking fast, and like I started panicking, and I opened my eyes, and it looked like I was seeing through a kaleidoscope, and I was like, "Fuck." And I started panicking and screaming at the top of my lungs. I was lying on the ground going, "Oh, oh, oh." There was nobody home, just me and him, and I was on the floor screaming. And I was screaming for like 5 minutes before I like closed my eyes, closed my mouth, and just went under. And I was like lying on the ground, shaking. It kind of, like he said, it looked like I was having a little bit of a seizure, but I wasn't. I was still fully aware of what was happening around me, except I couldn't open my eyes, couldn't speak. I was just out, but like I knew what was happening. Alec breaks into tears. He goes onto the ground and cradles me on the ground while I'm lying there semi-unconscious. And he starts crying, and I remember him yelling, "Why, God, why?" as I'm on the ground, like, out. He's cradling me crying for a good 10 minutes. Like, I can feel his tears on my, like,
Aw.
lifeless face. And after a while, he picks me up. He stands up, picking me up, lays me down on the couch. And I mean, I was smaller at the time. I was only like 5'8", so I didn't take up the entire couch. He sits right next to me, puts on the movie Step Brothers. And I'm lying there unconscious. I could still hear everything around me. Like, I could hear the movie. I'm out for the entirety of Step Brothers. After that, he puts on the Three Stooges, the 2012 Three Stooges movie. Halfway through the film, I come to. And I open my eyes. I get the strength to open my eyes, and then I get the strength to turn my head and look at the TV screen. And then, by the end of the movie, I'm sitting upright. And I'm good. But I mean, like that... I can't smoke weed anymore because whenever I start to feel the high coming on, I start panicking again. Like, it ruined it for me forever now.
Yeah.
damn.
Yeah, like, fuck.
Just to end it on a kind of a goofy note, what do you guys think is like the best movie to be high on?
Three Stooges 2012. I did it once, after smoking weed, not on the edible. Funniest shit ever.
Every movie's good when you're high. So.
You watch the FNAF?
I cannot relate.
Of course.
I mean, I have never been Hi. I just been drunk. Gabe has seen me like flat.
You've been high off of life. So.
I've been high off of. I think that's good enough. I've been drunk. Gabe has witnessed me being flat out drunk. That was something.
Yes, that was interesting. You had the desire to take your shirt off many times.
This one's a party animal.
Uh,
Kidding.
no, yeah, but yeah. Do we want to end it here? This was actually really good. I really liked it.
Sure. I
Yeah.
mean, if you want to end it here, we can end it here.
Do we want to?
I mean, do you have a time limit?
Not really. No.
No,
But
Does it seem like the conversation is kind of dead, or do you think we can keep going?
I
no, we
mean,
can keep going.
it's not over till the fat lady sings. I
don't see or hear no fact.
God forbid she sings.
I don't see the fat lady.
Yeah.
I mean, you got any fun stories for us, Gabe?
Not at the moment, no. Life's been pretty flatlining. Just engineering, college,
Any fun story throughout your life? Keep in mind, me and Teddy, this is our first time speaking to you.
Okay.
yes.
Any story you have is completely new to us. We've never
Okay.
heard it.
I'm trying to
ever.
think because I might have been part of some of these. I'm trying to think.
Harrison,
there
you
was-
might have not have been in the class, but I think I've told this before, but this is probably my most favorite one. I was in junior year of high school shortly before COVID happened. And we just started the second semester. And I'm in a math class. I think it's algebra. And we have this teacher who's bald. He was in the Air Force at one point, and he's very like set back and professional dressed. And we're on a unit with metric, where we're being introduced to like the metric system and all that. And and then we went over to inches. Well, a friend of mine was having trouble understanding yards. So I don't know why. But our teacher here was getting progressively angry because he couldn't like help him understand. So he was asked a question. I forget what the question was, but it was something about like how many so and so is in a yard, and it was stupid. Oh yeah, how many yards is on a yardstick? And oh my god, he said 3, and he's like, what? And then he gets like real close to him, and he's like cornered. He's like, and he's holding a yardstick, showing him 1. And he's like 1 in the corner, and he's like cowering in fear and crap. Oh my god, it was so funny. The look on his face was pure terror. Oh, I'm
Just
over here
being
laughing. Yeah.
Just pure
Oh my God.
getting lectured on how many yards is on a fucking yardstick. It's kind
He's
of
like, 1. There's 1 on it. Yeah. It was, oh my god. Yeah.
Okay, if we're telling teacher anger stories, I got one. I think Harrison heard the story. I don't think Ted has. I know you haven't because you've literally never spoken to me before prior to this moment. The time I got taken away by security,
oh my gosh.
my freshman year science teacher. Oh boy. He got in this. I was a disruptive kid. I won't pretend I wasn't. But he got in this habit every day in class. Smallest thing, he'd kick me out of the room. Right, and it was getting to the point where I didn't know what we were doing, and my grades were starting to suffer because like I couldn't do the classwork if I was kicked out of the room. And right, so I decided it's time to fight back. So I purposefully was disruptive the next day, right? So he would try to kick me out of the room. Only I refused to go. And he said, leave or go to the principal's office. And I said, I'm not going to go to the principal's office. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to tickle you. And I stood up and began making my way to the front of the room in order to tickle him.
What?
And I just saw this look of fear in his eyes as I began approaching him.
Oh my gosh.
He ran across the room from me because I was going to, I have to now. I'm in the motion. I can't, psych.
I can imagine what he was thinking.
So I was walking towards him. I was going to tickle him. And he ran to the phone in the class. And he said, I'm going to call security. And I turn to the class and I say, Anakin, I told you it would come to this. I was right. The Jedi are taking over. A squad of security comes and takes me away.
A squad?
Yeah, they take me away downstairs and they sit me before this mysterious figure called the climate coordinator. Did your school have a climate coordinator?
I have no idea what that is.
No.
Okay. So a climate coordinator is someone who basically makes sure everyone isn't like included, like you're not being like stereotyped for your race, sex,
Whatever.
yeah, make sure everyone's included. So when she interrogated me over my actions, I said I felt I was being ostracized from the class and that I couldn't learn. She let me go scot-free. Everything I did, unpunished. Just let me go.
Wow.
No consequences whatsoever.
Damn.
All I had to do was sing her a sob story, and just nothing. No detention, no suspension, because I think going up and trying to tickle a teacher could get you suspended. But no, nothing.
Wow.
Could
Interesting.
get you punched too.
Good.
Good.
But then, I guess that's assault.
Yeah. Did you have any like angry teacher like experiences?
Every teacher like experiences. I went to a pretty private school that was. I would say this: if a teacher reacted, whoever caused that reaction did a good job. Like the teachers were trained in a way, they were like on top of things.
Wow.
Things have happened that were crazy, but the teachers, more so just funny moments.
Funny moment. I mean, our middle school only. Holy shit, that was something. Gabe, remember middle school? That was talk about like what we always say. When you're in middle school, you're not the smartest tool in the shed. Your maturity levels are just
Yeah, nor were the staff.
yeah. Our grade were We're just a menace.
Yeah, our grade was pretty bad.
What was it? We got assigned seating during lunch because everyone's just started popping bags for no reason.
Chip bags, the ones that are filled with 50% air.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they were like it's the equivalent of a gun threat, and then
That's what they called it, equivalent to a gun threat. So they called the local police, and they had 4 officers come in and start threatening to arrest people for disorderly conduct
Were
if
they
they kept
armed
doing
with
it.
Lay's potato chips?
Yes.
I'm pretty sure they were. Yeah, that's just like the fact that we had that over just popping bags, and then it got so bad that our high school was warned about our grade.
Wow.
And there were subtle things that I've noticed that our grade was not treated the same as any other grade. We were always like watched carefully by there'd be like more staff in like an assembly room if our grade was only in it than compared to other ones. I don't know. We were just never treated the same after that.
I mean, also, what was the thing? Well, we had a problem. We had a lot of like jewels. That was a big That was a big thing in our school.
The damn fidget spinners.
Oh my god, the fidget spinners.
Which I'm sure everyone's had that phase at one point. But
yep.
Yeah.
And
yeah, but like it got to where people like started like spinning it and then hitting the desk and stuff, and like yeah.
Yo, I used to be able to spin it, keep it on my thumb, and then flick it up and catch it on my pointer finger.
Wow.
Definitely can't do that anymore. But it got to a point where I was just fidget spinning and fidget spinning and fidget spinning.
It's funny how you can lose abilities like that.
Yeah, but the muscle memory's still there. It would take quicker to relearn it.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah,
I can't juggle anymore.
I remember because Gabe, this is Gabe's worst nightmare, roller skating, and I haven't roller skated for 7 years, and then I finally did it, and I'm like, hey, I can do it. Gabe, on the other hand,
no, not going anywhere near it. Nope, hell no, no.
Same. I do never see myself roller skating again.
I tried. And I'm like, I think I can do it. No.
Mm-hmm.
I was even optimistic about it. Nope, never again.
We're in the same boat, my friend.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so I just heard that our roommates are back, and I'm pretty sure this. I think this would be a good time to wrap things up. But yeah,
Oh, all right.
yeah, yeah. So thank you guys for being on here, and I actually enjoyed this. This was really good.
It
I
was
did
an
as well.
honor.
Thank you for having me.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
It's nice meeting both of you.
It's nice meeting you too.
Thank
All
you.
right.
Meeting you.
I'll just say the closing statements and then we can be off on our merry way. So, if you enjoyed today's episode, please download it on Spotify, share it around. Also, follow our YouTube, follow our Instagram, Digital Pandemonium. Also, join the Discord if you can. And until then, see you next time. Goodbye, my friends.